Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be covering a few tips and tricks that I've learned while I've been uploading beats to YouTube every single day for 100 days. Let's get into it. So one thing I've learned uploading specifically to YouTube every day is that now most of these tips are going to be focused on the back end of YouTube and uploading and things to consider to gain the most exposure from YouTube. Okay, so it's not a secret that YouTube likes daily uploads, so it's very important that I tried my best every day to upload at least one beat. And I've done this for over 100 days now, and I've amassed 20 subs, and I have just over 700 monthly views at this point. Now, while this isn't astonishing, I think it's been really important to increase my catalog and begin to learn how YouTube works and the things to do and things not to do. So we're gonna start it off with the first tip is that the title is something that's really important. You want to use keywords basically that are really popular and fairly general, meaning not very specific. So for example, if you are describing your beat very specifically using a lot of very detailed descriptions, you're not necessarily going to get as many searches or clicks or anything like that because it's not going to be recommended as much. So I can give you an example. For example, my most viewed videos are either very popular terms or type beats for very, very popular artists. And in contrast, for example, these two here, self-discovery beat and imperial march type beat, these are not terms that are very often used. These are videos that I uploaded towards the beginning, and I was just trying different things out, trying to experiment while also keeping within the realm of being recommended when people search for beats. Most of the time, if for example someone is trying to search out a beat, they're not going to use imperial march type beat because that's not going to be something they're going to be thinking that they're going to be writing to. So that's a good example of a bad title. The next one is, which is something I think I've done pretty well so far and will continue to develop, is the thumbnails. Most of them are fairly bright, they're unique, they're not something that you usually see on type beat YouTube videos. Most of them have like a pattern or like a theme that somewhat goes along with the type of beat that it is. It's both got to be aesthetic, colorful, and interesting. Basically, that's all the thumbnail needs to be. It's pretty much impossible to convey what the beat sounds like through a thumbnail. So as long as it fits with the theme somewhat closely, then you'll be on the right track. The next tip for when you're uploading is these. I used to spend quite a lot of time really worrying about the tags and what tags I'm putting in my video and all these types of things, but I've come to notice I don't put tags in my video at all now, and they are doing just as well, if not better. So this is something that's going to lead into my last tip, so stick around if you want to, but you want to be as time efficient as possible. You want to be able to spend as much time making the music better rather than spending time trying to put a bunch of tags in. It pretty much says here, tags can be useful if your content is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimum role in helping viewers find your video. So don't waste your time coming up with a million tags, basically is all I'm saying. And the fourth tip is going to be simplify the back end as much as possible. What I mean by that is streamline the process from when you have a beat, creating a video for it, making the title, making the thumbnail. Make that as simple and effective as possible to take up as little time as it can, because really, when you're uploading something every day, you don't want to be spending a lot of your time every day drafting titles and finding the right thing for a video. It's got to be simple, but it's got to be good, right? You can't just whack something on there and call it a day. It's got to fit the vibe and all that type of stuff. And only you can judge that, basically. Only you will know whether it's worth spending time on it or if it's not. And finally, you want to constantly develop. Now, spending 100 days uploading, I've learned a lot of things, and it's important that you take things on board, look at your analytics, look at what works and what hasn't, look what works the best and look at what works not as well as the others, and learn from that. Do more of what works, do less of what doesn't, basically, and keep developing, keep making incremental improvements every single day. Because if you're doing something every single day, if you improve 1% every day, over 100 days, you're going to be 100% better than when you first started. So that's basically all the tips I'm going to have for today. I hope you got something out of it, something that's useful, and I appreciate you all for watching. This was a little bit different, but I hope you got something out of it regardless, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.